Welcome to Policy Wire. I'm Dayan Rahmani, and today we're going to be unfolding a tragic incident that took place in Pakistan's Balochistan province. Recently, 7 passengers were forcibly removed from a bus after being identified through their national identity cards. They were executed in cold blood. But what makes this incident particularly alarming is its proximity to security installations. 2 Levis posts were stationed, one 300 and another 500 meters from the incident site. Additionally, an FC post was located only 5 kilometers away. Despite these security presences, the perpetrators executed their plan and fled the scene before forces could intervene. Technical monitoring enabled a response, and the nearest security post reached the site within 15 minutes. However, in a landscape as complex as Balochistan, those 15 minutes were unfortunately all it took for the attackers to carry out their crime and disappear into the valleys. Upon the arrival of Frontier Corps, the assailants had already fled. Search operations are now underway, the officials stating that the perpetrators will be brought to justice within 24 to 48 hours. The Levis and FC play a significant role in Balochistan's security framework. Together, they comprise approximately 83,000 personnel and operate with an annual budget of 90 billion rupees. Levis is responsible for security across 80% of Balochistan's vast territory. But unlike conventional police forces, Levis recruits have historically been appointed under the directives of Sardars, local tribal leaders. This structure, which dates back to the British colonial rule, was designed for political administration rather than modern security challenges. And to this day, it continues to function in a similar manner. One of the most pressing concerns is the lack of accountability within the Levis force. Reports indicate that nearly 60% of Levis personnel are either non-traceable or non-operational. What are non-operational officers, you may ask? Well, they are those that exist within the system but are not actively engaged in their duties. Non-traceable personnel, however, pose a more serious concern. It remains unclear who they are or where they are stationed. A similar situation exists with the Frontier Constabulary, and these concerns are not new. As early as the year 2000, under the administration of President Pervez Musharraf, the structural weaknesses in Levis and Constabulary were identified. However, efforts to introduce reforms faced resistance. Political elites in Balochistan have historically benefited from the status quo. The system, as it stands, provides them with influence over local security forces. Reforming or modernizing this force would mean reducing this influence, a reality that has led to decades of stagnation. With security threats evolving, experts argue that maintaining outdated policing structures is no longer viable. There are 2 primary solutions under discussion. 1. Revamping the Levis force, introducing formal training, professionalizing its ranks, and aligning its operation protocols with national law enforcement standards. 2. Structural overhaul. If meaningful reform is not possible, the alternative is to phase out Levis as a paramilitary force and redirect its substantial budget towards training a professional security force that can effectively tackle modern security threats. Balochistan security is critical, not just for Pakistan, but for the entire region. Ensuring that its law enforcement agencies are well equipped, transparent, and accountable is not just an administrative necessity, it is a fundamental requirement for long-term stability and peace. The recent attack is a grim reminder of the challenges that persist in the region, but it also presents an opportunity to reassess, reform, and rebuild a system that serves the people it is meant to protect. Whether through restructuring or overhauling, one thing remains clear: without effective law enforcement, peace will remain fragile. The question now is, will the political elite stop benefiting from this entire situation and let the state take tough decisions for Balochistan's future stability? Stay tuned to find out on Policy Wire.